This program is not for health workers alone, okay? If you are having anything to do with taking care of children in their homes or even bringing them to your house, babysitting, nannies, like giving them medication, helping them change their diapers, meals, everything, you are eligible for this program. So please, it's not about health things. With the other program, which is the home support worker, it is not just giving personal support, like just caring for them with their needs. If you give them companionship, you be with them, you wash their dishes, you do their laundry, all these things is part of this program. So you don't need a certificate for this. I started doing it now. I would have to use the gaining experience stream to apply. Okay, you don't have to use the other one because you are now gaining your experience for the 6 months. Okay, but if you already had enough experience, even more than the 6 months or 6 months, then you have to use the direct permanent residence stream. That one, you don't have to do anything. They will just assess your letter and everything that you submitted to IRCC, and they will give you the PR, that is the permanent resident, automatically. Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. This is Gifty here again. If today is the first time you see my face, my name is Gifty. I mostly share content about anything in helping you in relocating to Canada and life in Canada in general. Thank you for all your likes, your subscriptions, and my old subscribers. Thank you for always being here with me, watching my videos and sharing. If you are a new subscriber, hey guys, thank you for staying with me and sticking with me. So as you all know, I've been away for some time. I'm back on studies and it's not easy, you know. Combining studies and content creating is like it doesn't match. But one thing about me is that if I want to bring content, I have to make sure that I am researching it and I'm bringing to you the right information, okay? So I don't rush myself like in bringing up contents without not being investigating. So that's why sometimes I'm not that consistent. So today what I'll be talking about is the home child care provider pilot program and the home support worker pilot program that is actually being closed, but they want to open it on March 31st, 2025. So this program was already there and now it has been closed, but they are trying to reopen it again because they still need the support here. So actually I will first talk about this before I start about this content. It is not only for healthcare workers, okay? It is not only for healthcare workers. So in this video, I am going to show you the reason why I'm saying that. We are going to talk about the program. We are going to talk about the NOC, like the job descriptions that they need under these two pilot programs. So we are going to use our NOC, the NOC classification, to make sure that we are searching into the NOC code, and we will look at the various job descriptions that is under it, and you will realize that it's not only healthcare workers. So if you are a babysitter here, if you've had any experience of babysitting, teaching children, all these people, you are part of this program. So it's not only for like healthcare workers, okay? So if this is something that you are interested in, please stick with me and let's start everything, okay? So I'll make sure I share my screen so that you can go along with me. So guys, let's dive right into the content. Hi guys, welcome back. So what is this program about? These two immigration programs is something that will help international workers to move into Canada, and in the process can get their permanent residence through that, okay? And also one thing that I just want to talk about is that this program is actually not being like updated with the requirements that you need to bring, okay? But if you are basing off the same program last year, we would say that you don't also need any form of certification. If you get your like junior high school certificate, that is fine, okay? And with last year programs, you need to have like a full-time job in these two programs, okay, with 1 year experience. But in this program, they went ahead to mention something specifically that shows that this new one that they brought, this new one that they are bringing will be something very easier than the previous one, because looking at what they are mentioning, which I will be talking about later in this video, they are trying to tell us that if you don't have the full work experience, the programs are still two, okay? With the work experience, you can still apply like you already have the work experience, or you are now getting the work experience, okay? So I will talk about this later in this video. So let's just read what we have here. It says that home child care provider pilot and home support worker pilot, okay? So we are no longer accepting new applications. The pilot ended on June 17th, 2024. That is the old one. We will continue to process application we received on or before these dates. Okay, so if you already apply for this program on these dates or before these dates, they will process it, okay? So they went ahead and said the new home care worker immigration pilot will open on March 31st, 2025. We will provide more details. We will provide more details shortly. So they haven't given any details about this, but I've seen that so many people are bringing up the requirements which hasn't been stated from IRCC, okay? But based on the old one, we can just suggest something so you start preparing, okay? So the old one, you have to get IELT of benchmark, I think 4 or 5. You have to get your junior high certificate. You have to get full-time job and 1 year experience, okay? But in this program, wouldn't be like that. It will be somehow easier than that, but you can start preparing with all these requirements, okay? So let's go ahead. Home child care provider pilots and the home support worker pilots were 5 years pilot program that lets qualified caregivers and their family members come to Canada with a goal of becoming a permanent resident, okay? This application process varied based on how much qualifying work experience you had. So as I said before, they usually use the work experience for the old one, but this new one, we will see what will happen. So qualifying work experience. Qualifying work experience means you had worked full-time in one of these NOC jobs, okay? So we will be going into the NOC job so that you know your job title and know if you are eligible for this program. And I'll say again, it is not for health workers alone. So guys, be aware of that and let's move into it. So all these things that we are mentioning is an overview of the previous one. It is not this new one. So home child care provider, that comes with a NOC code 44100, okay? And they have the home support worker 44101 for the NOC code. So we will go individually into this so that you know the various job categories under it, okay? So let's look at the home child care provider. You must have cared for children in your home, in your own home, or in your employer's private home, okay? So maybe you are looking after children. It's not like taking care of them as in health perspective, but any form that you are taking care of, like you being babysitting, all these things we will mention it when we get into the NOC. I'll show you babysitting, teaching them, anything, kindergarten, all these things are part of it. So you must care for children in your own home. So you see that they are coming there for you to do your training, or you are in your employer's private home. So maybe the mother of the child employed you and you are in their home and you are doing it, or you have your own home that you are taking care of children. Okay, so the location couldn't be an institutional setting such as a daycare. So listen, the location couldn't be an institutional setting such as a daycare. So it might not be like a daycare, okay? If you are in a home, it is fine. It's not like it should be a daycare institution, like a kindergarten, a daycare, no. So you didn't need to live in your employer's home to qualify. So it's like I am the mother and you are coming in to teach my child or to take care of my child. It's not only about that. You even having the person in your home, you are eligible. So you don't only need to be in the person's home for you to be qualified for this. Okay, so you know the details that I'm bringing out. So before I give anything to you, I make sure that I dig into it, I understand it before I bring it to my lovely ones here. So let's move ahead. If you applied before November, so experience as a foster parent didn't count. Okay, so that is it. Let's go into the home support worker. So with the home support worker, you must have cared for someone who needs help from a home support worker in your employer's private home. Same thing, the location couldn't be an institutional setting such as a nursing home. You didn't need to qualify in your employer's home. You didn't need to live in your employer's home to qualify. So just like the baby, the child one is the same thing as this. So it might be that you are caring for the person in their home, or it is an institution that you are caring for them. So it's not only about you having like a home care settings before you will be qualified. Even if you are caring for them in their home, you are qualified. Okay, so now let me just direct you to how to search for the NOC code. Okay, so the NOC is 4410100 for the home child care provider. Okay, so we will go here and we will click on this NOC. Then we come here and we can type home child, then we search. So you will see that home care child provider, the unit group, then the broad occupation category. So occupation in education. So listen, not health alone, law and social, community and government services. Okay, so if you come here, you click on the matching job title. So let's look at the job titles that are categorized under this NOC, because this is the NOC that they need. Okay, your job should be under this NOC. So let's look at this. It tells you that home child care provider. Then we will click here. You will see that if you come here, example titles are babysitter, child care leave in caregiver, okay, child care provider, private home, nannies, parents helper. So if you are somebody's helper, like the child's mother's helper, you are eligible. You are under this NOC. If you are a nanny, you are under 8. If you are a babysitter, you are under 8. And if you are caring for the child, like you have any organization and it is a living caregiving, or if it is a private home, you are eligible. So guys, it is not only about providing like health wise, like something about health, you babysitting, you taking care of the child, anything is under this. Okay, so including babysitter, shopping center, and foster parents. And but remember, when we were looking at the responsibilities they need, they don't need you to be a foster parent, just that the foster parent is under this NOC. That is why it's here. Okay, but IRCC excluded that from like the one that they need for you to be eligible. Okay, so these are the main duties. So if you did any of these for the child, then you are good to go. Okay, so take children to and from school and appointments. Look at this. So these are all baby care. Oversee children activities such as meals and rest periods as instructed by the employer. Maintain a safe and a healthy environment in the home. Instruct them about personal care, prepare formulas and change diapers for infants. So guys, all these things are part of the categories. So it's not only about care. So you look at this, you look at your responsibilities. If it coordinates or it tallies with this, then you are good to go. Okay, so let's look at the home support. The home support worker, the NOC code. Okay, so home support worker, caregivers and related occupation. Okay, so let's just click here and look at the responsibilities under it. If you come here, it tells you that attendance for persons with disabilities, home care, family caregiver. So if you are a caregiver, you give care to any family member, like helping them with their personal needs and everything. Home support worker, living caregivers, personal aides, personal care attendants, rest. So if you come to their job duties, provide care and companionship for the individual and the families during period of incapacitation and all those things. Administer bedside and personal care. Plan and prepare meals and special diets for them. So you can be doing this. It's not health, like something more specifically health, but you are doing something for them. So it is a support that you are giving them. Okay, you may be performing a routine housekeeping duties like doing laundry for them, washing dishes and making bed. All these things is caregiving. So guys, it's not only about health duties. Okay, you can be doing all these things and you are eligible. Okay, so that is it. That's where I wanted to. So I'll leave this link in my description, or I'll pin it in my comment section, and guys, you can go through it and you take your time to read. And if this video has been helpful to you so far, please don't forget to give me your like. Just give me that like so that YouTube will also recommend this to other people, and it will keep us growing, right? So guys, please, if you haven't subscribed, your baby is telling you to subscribe. Share this video and give me your like, and let's keep moving. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead. Let's look at there were two application categories. So with the previous one, there were these two application categories. Okay, so as of June 16th 2024, you now only need 6 months of eligible work experience to qualify for permanent residence. That is the new one. So if you can see, they have stated it here. So if you click on the new, it tells you that, I just clicked on this new here, it tells you that if you apply to the gaining experience category, so gaining experience categories, okay, here, and we have the direct to permanent resident categories. Okay, so it says that we will accept 6 months of eligible work experience from within or outside Canada. So it's not for those outside alone. If you are here in Canada, you are eligible. So guys, we all have to take advantage of it, right? So guys, please, in or out of Canada, you are eligible, okay? So now they are not looking for 1 year experience. They need just 6 months. That is great, okay? The experience must be gained no earlier than 3 years before you submitted your permanent resident application, okay? So it shouldn't be like you had that work experience 3 years back before you are submitting this. No, not later than the date you send us proof of your work experience. So it's the same thing like the first one. Send us proof of work experience within 3 years. So it should be within 3 years. So within 3 years would be like from 2023, right? 2023 or 2022. So within 3 years of getting your occupation restricted open work permit, okay? If you apply to the gaining experience categories, so gaining experience means that you are now gaining your experience, okay, and now have enough eligible work experience, send us the proof, okay? So that is what they want. If you are now gaining your experience, you have to send them the proof of it, all right? If you apply to the direct to permanent resident category, let's click on that. You don't need to do anything. We will automatically assess your application for 6 months of eligible work experience. So if you are now gaining your experience, maybe I got the job offer or I'm doing all this daycare thing, whatever, I started doing it now, I would have to use the gaining experience stream to apply, okay? You don't have to use the other one because you are now gaining your experience for the 6 months, okay? But if you already had enough experience, even more than the 6 months or 6 months, then you have to use the direct to permanent resident stream. That one you don't have to do anything. They will just assess your letter and everything that you submitted to IRCC, and they will give you the PR, that is the permanent resident, automatically. So one thing about them that we have to also note is that with the gaining experience category, it will just allow you to gain the work experience to qualify for the permanent resident, okay? So you won't get a permanent resident automatically. You have to gain the 6 months before, but you still be qualified to come, okay? Then with the direct one, it is automatic. They can just assess and give you the PR whilst you are coming, okay guys? So guys, I hope this video has been helpful so far. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel, you like, and you keep me with all the content that you want me to be bringing you, so that I can do my research on it and bring it to you nicely. So guys, I will just summarize everything and we will end. So please, as you all know, I mentioned that this program is not for health workers alone, okay? If you are having anything to do with taking care of children in their homes or even bringing them to your house, babysitting, nannies, like giving them education, helping them change their diapers, meals, everything, you are eligible for this program. So please, it's not about health things, okay? And also with the other program, which is the home support worker, it is not just giving personal support, like just caring for them with their needs. If you give them companionship, you be with them, you wash their dishes, you do their laundry, all these things is part of this program. So please, you don't have to waste time thinking that it is for nurses, it's for healthcare workers and all those things. And one thing I will say is that please, they haven't mentioned anything about you writing IELT or you doing this or you doing that. They will keep us posted on that. But because the previous one had that requirement, we can start to study the English test so that in case we can just do and write it very fast. Another requirement is that you don't need a certificate for this. You don't need certificates for this. All you need is that if you have your basic or your junior high certificate is fine, but Mind you, that was part of the old one. This new one, they haven't bring any update on that, whether we will need that certificate. So let's keep that in mind as well. And the last thing that I will say is that this is not for nurses, okay? So if you want me to show you that it is not for nurses, I will just tell you that where I first checked the knock code, just type nursing. Search on that, you will realize that the knock code for the nursing is not the same knock code that they need. So please, it's not about you being a nurse, okay? So this is for all those things that I mentioned. So guys, I will end here. Please try and subscribe, like this video, and share for me. I love you all. See you later. Bye.